We're back, and we've been bantering, so we'll probably just keep that up, but game plan today is grind! Grind! And yeah, the Horizon, look, the Horizon launcher, I like that they kept the Play Online music in there. There's other good Play Online soundtracks they could use, but I'm glad they have that one. It gets you in the mode. Alright, let's see. So, it's a new Conquest week, so I can get my experience ring. I can get that recharged. And right now I'm 6,000 out of 17,600 to level 60. And 60 is my goal for right now. I want to get to level 60, and then get some safety EXP. And then I want to do my rank 5 mission, and I want to do, well, the limit break 3. I have to do that, but that's my plan. Also, oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I'm an honest gillionaire now. I made my first million, and honestly, I feel so proud of that. It's gone a lot faster than I thought it would. Like getting over level 50 really helps for making gil. Like at first, I was fishing a lot for my money, and fishing is still decent cash. But most of my gil now, it comes from just really a side, like a byproduct of leveling up, like all the grinding that I do. Enemies over level 40, they tend to drop stuff that sells really well. And also there's just enemies that are maybe 30-ish that I kill while I'm fishing. You know, the banshees and the skeletons and the elementals that pop up on Kufum Island. I just kill those while I fish, and they drop some real good items too. So the gil has just been going up. Eventually I'll actually spend it on better gear. Eventually. But let me do my ritual of checking my delivery box. Ooh, look at that. Okay. So some big items sold. So this is what I was talking about when I said the banshees in Kufum Island, they're only like level 30, 32, something like that. They're not high level. They're very killable by mid-range adventurers. But they drop these scrolls of escape. And scrolls of escape sell for 20,000 gil each. And they're not a rare drop either. They're not a common drop, but they're not rare either. I killed literally 2 banshees in Kufum Island. Just 2. And each one dropped a scroll of escape. So I made 40,000 gil in the span of like 5 minutes. That's how easy it is to make gil when you know the right things to kill. Alright, and then my Gigas, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, but the necklaces, 400, and then 9,000 for a full stack. Very nice. I think I still have a stack of giant socks. Those sell, I think those sell for like 18k, something like that. So, okay, I'm up to 1,084,000. I feel good. I feel good. Well, I feel good except for had to mute and cough for a second there. Okay. Man, I can't wait for summer to be over. I can't wait. Alright, so let's see what I've got. I want to try and go into the Crawler's Nest. I want to go into the Crawler's Nest, and I want to find a treasure chest. I'm not exactly sure where the treasure chests are in the Crawler's Nest, but I want to try and find one, and I have a key, so find a thing, use a key. I'm sure I could look up a map, right? I am very sure there's like a map I could bring up. And oh yeah, I am still using the All Maps add-on. I decided to just cave in and use it because if there's quests that are literally broken, and still not fixed by the way, but if there's quests that are broken to get your maps, I might as well just keep it toggled on. I might as well. Because toggling it, like remembering to toggle it on or off depending on areas I'm going to where I did quest but didn't get map. I'm just gonna leave it on. Just gonna leave it on for now. I am still gonna try to do the quests associated with everywhere though. I am eventually gonna do the quests, just it seems like it's a little bit of a toss-up on whether you'll actually get the map or not. Which is unfortunate. And I think the only reason why some of these quests are broken, it's one of those cyclical things. It's broken because everybody just uses all maps, and so they don't need to do map quests, right? But because nobody does the map quests, no one knows the quests are broken. And it just sort of goes in a circle like that. It's not great. Not great. But I guess it's not great, but I can understand it. Alright, so I guess I'll go over to the Crawler's Nest. The quickest way to get there would be through, I think through Pashao Marsh, and then, yeah, Pashao Marsh, and then the Rolandberry Fields, and the Crawler's Nest is kind of right there. It's not too deep in. Oh, Jubei. God, just makes me remember Onimusha. I need to play those again sometime. Oh, they were the good ones. They're all PlayStation 2, which I can make that happen on a stream sometime. But yeah, Sandoria. I usually would go Bastok, but I went Bastok back in like 2005, and I've gone Bastok on every private server I've played on, but I figured for Horizon I would mix it up a little bit and try out Sandy. The only issue I have with Sandoria, I will say I like the overall look of Sandoria a lot. The music is way better now that it's not endless bagpipes. But I like the industrial nature of Bastok. You know, I like that too. But I'd say the main issue with being a Sandorian is that as far as the nation quests are concerned, it feels like they assume you're an elf, even if you aren't. And you always kind of feel like you're a second-class citizen if you're not an elf. Like, you get that feeling a little bit in Sandoria. I have never done Windurst. You know what? Since the Zalart era back in the day, I have never, ever, one single time played a Windurst character, or I've never switched to Windurst. I know nothing about Windurst, except I have to do some quests there to get my fame up every now and then. That's all I know. And oh yeah, the Fishers Guild and the Cook Guild, they're in Windurst. And I hate having to go there every time. Alright, so I don't have too much of a plan here. So I want to go to Durfland and then go up to, from the outpost, go up to the Crawler's Nest, and I just want to see if I can find a treasure chest, because I have a Crawler's Nest key, so I figure, hey, let's use it. probably, you know what, if I don't want to fight everything in my path, I probably shouldn't go Thief as my sub job. I should probably go White Mage or something, but I don't know, I don't know, why not? Let's fight everything in our path. I need EXP, right? I need EXP! Oh, I just realized something. I just did a dumb. I just did a big dumb. I didn't recharge my Empress band. It's a new week. I didn't recharge it. I went to the gate guard and I got Signet again. So now I'm gonna pay the price. I'm gonna pay the 1,000 gil price. And we're going back to Santoria to charge that ring up. I mean, I guess I could have run, like, I could have just run, I could have run further to Juno, but I'd rather not waste the time. Like, for a stream, I'd rather not waste the time. So, I'm paying, look, I only have 1,000,000 gil, so I guess, I think I'm okay to spend 1,000 gil to save, like, 20 minutes, you know, shave 20 minutes off my time, right? Alright, let's give that Empress band. Alright, 10 charges. 10 fresh charges. There was a time before, you know, before I leveled up fishing, before I got over level 50, before I got Thief at level 15, there was a time where I would really, like, I would really care to not spend 1,000 gil. But I look at it like this. Chances are, especially if I can crack open some treasure chests, chances are I'm gonna make way more than 1,000 gil in my little adventure, right? So, it'll pay for itself, right? Also, let me, my actual gear is still complete trash, but that's what I love about being a Beastmaster. As long as my weapon is good, it doesn't really matter too much. And my weapon could be better, but it's good enough for this. Oh yeah, I'm level 59. I'm trying to get up to 60 so I can more comfortably do my rank 5 mission and then also do my limit break. I just like Beastmaster. It's always been fun. But, yeah, I guess when it comes to me and Gil, I don't really like, I don't farm to buy, I just like seeing Gil number go up. Like, I could just fish for hours just to watch that Gil go up, right? It's hypnotic. So, the way I do it is, I like to just have a good amount of Gil on hand at all times. And then if I find the need to improve on my equipment or something, or let's say I want to work on crafting or whatever, then hey, I have the money just ready to go and I can just spend it, right? Like I don't have to go out and farm when I want something. I already farmed, so now I can just buy it and go on, right? That's how I like to do it. See, right now, this is actually the highest level I've ever been. I've never been over this level. In any other private server, I usually stop playing around level 55. I want to say between 50 and 55 is when I normally stop playing. And it's for a few reasons. One, you need more help from other players, and you know, especially on private servers where populations are low, it can be hard to get help, so you get stuck in that way. But also, things get slower, they get more tedious, and at a certain point it just stops being fun. But on Horizon, I have not hit that point yet. Like, leveling up still goes relatively fast. As long as, you know, as long as I'm using my EXP rings, and I'm fighting the right enemies. It goes quickly, even solo. Okay, Rolandberry Field. So from here, Crawler's Nest is just right there. So just hug the wall. I haven't done anything with the fish. I go fishing, but then I never do anything with the fish. I really should. I mean, to me, I have never played on modern retail. Like, I don't know how modern retail is, other than from everything I have seen, modern FF11 retail seems closer to Final Fantasy XIV, which that's not a good thing as far as I'm concerned. But Horizon, like, I played back in the day, right? I played FF11 back in the Zalart Promathia era. I never did any of the Promathia stuff, but I had the expansion. But playing on those, and then I've played on other private servers that do the whole 75 era thing, and I have to say, for a 75 era kind of classic experience, I feel like for the most part it gets that down. I mean, the overall vibe is more or less like I remember it back in the day, right? Like, things are slow, they're hard, they're inconvenient, but there's a lot of interconnectivity, and the team mechanics are strong, and to me that's the things I want from like a classic experience. But it's not classic in that things like resting is faster. Overall, I feel like soloing is a lot more viable, even if you're not a Beastmaster. Like even if you don't BST, soloing seems to be a viable option for leveling up, and that's only a good thing. So for me, Horizon is a nice comfy compromise between the hardcore old school that you think you want, and then the old school experience that you actually want, right? It's a good compromise to me. I mean, I guess at the very least, I'm as high level as I've ever been in Final Fantasy XI. Like, I've never gotten this high level before. I've never gotten to rank 4 before either. Like, I'm as high in my nation as I've ever been. This is the most gil I've ever had. And none of it came easy. Oh yeah, I did the Prometheans too. I got the first 3 Prometheans out of the way, and I can access the Tavnasian Archipelago. I want to do more of the Promathia missions. They're actually really fun. But, like, I've never done all this stuff before on either, you know, back in the day on retail or on other private servers that keep a more traditionally classic playset. But here, it's all just much more fun and rewarding to me. But at the same time, it's not like good lord, doing Promethean Mia. Doing Promethean Mia was that was a nightmare, but it was fun. So it's not like they've dumbed it down or anything. It's still plenty punishing. Oh, Hala. Hala's the easy one. That's, so I did Hala, then Mia, and then Dem, and I will say, both Hala and Dem were pretty easy, but Mia was the bullshit. That was the hard one. Like, when I did Mia, it was a couple of attempts to get that one. And then when I finally got into the Tavnasian Archipelago, man, it felt good. It felt real good. Let's see, do I have my... Okay, I have my pet jugs on right now, so... I haven't been to the Crawler's Nest in a while. I think the last time I was here was to do my, my first limit break, actually. I don't think I've been back here since then. which I will say I'm mostly just solo, even when I'm not Beastmaster. Like, I soloed Ninja all the way up to 37. I soloed White Mage kind of half and half. Like, I half soloed, half grouped White Mage up to 37. But a lot of that is just because, like, I play during, you know, EU hours, so sometimes there's just no one to party up with, so I end up soloing no matter what. I've never gotten to Sky. I don't think I've ever done any of the Zalart missions either. I will admit the story missions were kind of always the thing I slacked on. the things I never did. But here I really want to try and get some of that done. Also, let's see. So I want to go for exo rays, and I want to find a treasure chest. Now I know I've seen a treasure chest in the Crawler's Nest before, and it was in a room full of exo rays. I'm pretty sure it was over on the southeast side here, but I'm just gonna look around, fight whatever I can fight, and try to find a treasure chest or two. So these are killer mushrooms, not exo rays, but the killer mushrooms are level 46. This is doable. Are they hostile? They don't appear hostile, actually, huh? With a name like Killer Mushroom, I thought, like, well, of course they're gonna be... They're killer mushrooms, right? So I don't think this is where I saw a treasure chest. I thought this was the room, but I don't think it is. But okay, so if I want to just like kill things and EXP, so there is a room full of killer mushrooms over here. That's easy, right? Hold up, I wonder, what do they drop? I always like to know what they drop. Let's get in some fights. Let's see how the mushroom killing goes. I didn't know there were more mushroom-type enemies in here, like, other than the exo rays. The things that drop the limit break 1 item. Which I wonder if these killer mushrooms have always been here, or if this is, like, some kind of change, I don't know. I never noticed this room here. Oh, I should see what I can steal from these guys, too. I mean, I imagine it'd be like a mushroom, right? Or nothing. Nothing works, too. But something I have found a new appreciation for as more of a solo player these days. Woozy Shroom and Dance Shroom. I've never seen a Dance Shroom. But I think mushrooms tend to... They don't sell really well, but they do sell, so I'll hold on to them. But, okay, like I was kind of starting to say, and also, let me pop my EXP ring. What I've gotten a new appreciation for as a more solo-oriented gamer in FF11 now is there are a lot of places on the maps in the game that I just never went to before. And there's whole maps that I never went to. And I know I only ever went to, like, areas in the 1 to 50 range, but even then, there are so many places, even in, like, the Dunes, or Kufum Island, or the Crawler's Nest here, there's a lot of places where parties just don't go. And if you've only ever been there, like, as part of a group, then you'll kind of find that, like, oh, hey, what is all this? I never even knew this was here. there's whole zones like that, like near Sandoria in the plateau. There's Ordell's caves, which that is one of my favorite places to level up, like around level 20. I want to say between level 16 and 25. It's kind of my favorite place to grind at. And that place, like, I never knew it existed. I never knew it was there. I went past it all the time, but I never knew there was anything down there in that ravine. There's a whole ass zone down there. Alright, so these enemies are, they're actually fairly easy to kill. They're not particularly tough. They don't seem to really have any special abilities that I have to look out for. Ooh, they drop dark crystals. So I know I don't have to look it up. I know for a fact dark crystals sell pretty good. Like those are one of those very expensive crystals, which I'm not even sure why they're so expensive. They're not really much harder to get than any other crystal, but it is what it is. So I'm happy. I found a nice room here in the Crawler's Nest that yeah, I can, like, this is a good solo spot. The enemies are like 46, 47. That's a good level range. That's, for me at level 59, that's kind of I could fight things a little harder. Like I could go for things level 50-ish, but with an EXP ring, it's nice, fast, smooth EXP. So this is actually perfect. But I didn't just come here to fight killer mushrooms. I came here because I have a crawler's nest chest key. So I want to try and find that. I have no idea where the treasure chests are in the crawler's nest, but I'm just gonna explore a little bit. I'm gonna rest my health up once I've killed everything here. I'm gonna rest my health and then just look around some more. Which, yes, I know, I could just go to the internet and I could find like a treasure chest map in probably like 20 seconds, but I like the adventure, alright? Don't deny me the adventure. Which, it seems like such a weird concept to some people that play this game. Like, eventually I caved in and used all maps just because there's so many broken map quests in the game. But, like, I went into a group in the Crawler's Nest on this server, and, I didn't have a map for this place, because I wanted to do all the quests. And, man, a group gave me shit for not having a map, for not cheating and using an add-on. But it's like, that is the adventure. The adventure, because that's how I did it back in the day. Back in the day, like, if you wanted a map of the Crawler's Nest, you had to do the quest for the map of the Crawler's Nest. So, back in the day, I generally had no map of places like this. I would go there for parties, like I'd go there to level up with a group and everything, but I'd never have a map for the area. So I'd just be blindly fumbling around in these caves and trying not to die as I get to my group, not knowing where I'm going, and that was a great experience. I loved that. So naturally, when I go to a private server, even if they let me use some kind of add-on for maps, it's like, no, I want my first experience to be completely blind and mapless, fumbling in the dark, trying desperately to get to a group that's deep down into the dungeon. That's the experience I want. I'm a big fan of getting the authentic experience wherever I can get it. Also, I did just realize I have some pet food. I think it's a pretty cheap pet food, so it's not gonna do a whole lot. But let's see. Yeah, that barely increased its health at all. That's a 192 HP heal. That's nothing. That is absolutely nothing. To be fair, this is level 24 pet food. To be fair. I only have this pet food because yeah, I did the Primivians, right? And the Primivians, well, yeah, you're capped at level 30 in there, so I had level 24 pet food. The funny thing is, I never even used it. The funny thing is, I never even really got a chance to use it, because every time that I did one of the boss fights in there, either things would go so badly we'd just wipe and there was no point, or I mean, things would go smoothly, but then my pet would just be dead so fast it didn't even matter. Like it wouldn't even have mattered to use anything. Alright, let's see. So let's try the northern room. See where that goes. Again, I am sure there are ways that I could find out exactly where things are, but we're not gonna do that. Okay, the worker crawlers they're sort of sitting right on the line of getting EXP or not getting EXP. Doom Scorpion, they're level 45. Is there a treasure chest in here? If not, then I'm not gonna worry about it. Doesn't look like there's a treasure chest in here. Okay. But nice to know that's where the Doom Scorpions are. Which, if I wasn't using my own pet, charming Doom Scorpions, and using them, that's what I did in the Maze of Shakrami when I was leveling up both White Mage and Ninja, and I was using Beastmaster as a sub job. There's like a couple of rooms where they have a mix of crawlers and scorpions, and the scorpions are higher level than the crawlers. So the way that I went about that was charm the scorpions and then have them annihilate the crawlers, and then kind of cycle around the room, going through one scorpion, and then I think there were 2 scorpions in the room, and then the third one outside of it. So I'd kind of cycle around in a way that by the time the scorpion dropped dead, I'd just grab another one, repeat, and then the other one would respawn by the time I did the rounds again. Very effective way to level up. Alright, so the map should change over. Okay, so here's... I know this very large room here, but I'm not sure if, I'm not sure if there are any treasure chests in this room, is the thing. So there's Exo Rays, and they're level 53. Okay, cool. I'm not sure what aggro's down here or not. Okay, Soldier Crawler's aggro. They aggro. I don't know if the Hornfly's aggro. I'm maybe I can just assume that everything aggro's down here. Uh-oh. 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 Is it that time again? I'm just having a nice, quiet, boring grind session. And also trying to find a treasure chest. And then everybody just pops in. Like, I don't know, like, I'm blindly trying to find a treasure chest because I've been sitting on a crawler's nest key for a very long time. And yes, I know, I can use the internet. You know, there's the dark wizardry that is the internet, but I'd rather stumble into it. So, I know this area, I've grouped up here before, but I never remember seeing any kind of treasure chest down here. So I'm thinking, okay, probably there's no treasure chest in this room, right? Probably. But I don't know that for a fact. I've never really done the circuit around this sort of square donut area. I've never personally ran it, so who knows? There might be a treasure chest. I could just kind of skirt around the outside of the room and tab around trying to see anything. Wait, what is this? A blazer beetle. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I've been down here before, but I don't think I've ever seen the beetles. Okay, exo rays are 53. They're a decent challenge. I'm pretty sure everything here is gonna aggro me. I really should have gone in here with White Mage as my sub, but I wanted to be dumb. So, okay, I won't go that way. I won't go that way. I don't know if the horn flies aggro or not. I kind of just want to test that out and see if they do. I know the exo rays aggro. I know those will jump me. But I also feel like, oh, this probably isn't gonna be where a treasure chest is. Okay, Hornfly, are you aggro? You aggro? No. Okay, so Hornflies are passive. That's good. That's good. So it's the crawlers and the exo rays. They're what I have to worry for. Is that the secret? Like, there's kind of like a secret area here. Is that the secret area? I think it might be. That's like where people normally camp when they're down here. So can I want to see how easily I can kill exo rays. At level 59, I shouldn't have too much of an issue killing a level 53 exo ray. But I want to see if they do any weird stuff, like the status effects. I only fought one in a group because I needed my items back at level 50. It's been a while. Oh no, people. Even raiding, they're lurking. Which I don't have any fancy commands or nothing here. We keep it basic. Oh hey, I get some sight skill here. I could swap out to one of my axes and level up my one-hander a little bit. But yeah, these guys, not too much of an issue. Oh, thanks. I gotta redo my whole alerts and everything. I really need to redo a lot. I haven't touched in years for the channel. It is the lazy stream after all. Ooh, what can I steal from an XR ray? Nothing. It's just because I'm only a level 20 thief. I think that's the issue. Which I looked it up, and so stealing is based on your level, and I thought, okay, well, hey, I'm level 59, but I'm level 59 Beastmaster. So, when you steal things, it's going by your thief level, though, right? If it's going by my thief level, then yeah, I'm only level 20. And stealing from a level 53 enemy is not really gonna happen. Though I have stolen from enemies my level. It's just the chance is really low. So I guess I guess if you want to steal, if you really care about stealing, then you wanna main thief, which that means you have to level up thief, which I mean, I guess that's punishment enough. No, I do actually like thief. It's a fun class. I just this time around I'm trying to focus my efforts on Beastmaster because I'd say out of all the classes in FF11, Beastmaster is the one I like the most. So I'm trying to focus my energy there and just do as much leveling and kind of get as good at it as I can. Alright, so there's nothing up to the north here. To the southeast is a very good room for EXPing, but not really what I want. So, over here, I don't know what's here, but it goes down, and I know that down is probably where the treasure chests are gonna be. Like, the treasure chest for anything is never conveniently located near the top of the dungeon. Never. It's never there. If there's a short and painless way, and there's a long and hard way, Final Fantasy XI always makes you go the long and hard way. I've learned that lesson multiple times now. Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that. I could do the Beastmaster artifact stuff. I guess there's two reasons I haven't really gone into that yet, and I guess one is this is as high level as I've ever been in FF11, so I just didn't even think about it. Like, for some reason, I sort of thought the artifact and all that, I thought it was like level 75 stuff for some reason. But I guess I could start it now. I could get into it. And then the other reason is that inventory space is so limited. I'm always really afraid, and I'm gonna have my pet rest here, rest up and then go forward. Oh, this is just a mess. Alright. But yeah, the other thing is, because inventory's so limited, I feel like I'm gonna run out of space, and running out of space right now isn't a problem, because I have nothing but terrible trash gear. So having to get rid of things, it's whatever. But I really worry about having like actual good gear that I don't want to lose, and then running out of space, and it's like, well, I have to get rid of something. What do I do? And then I get rid of something that I really don't want to. It's maybe an irrational fear, because I haven't hit my limits for inventory yet. I still have a good amount of storage and everything. I've been making good use of that Mog Satchel, but yeah, it's an irrational fear that the inventory is going to be my downfall. I think my problem is I play way too many games that give you very generous inventory space, and it tends to encourage my hoarding tendencies. And I worry, like I always worry, oh, that's gonna be what gets me. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess, I mean, one thing I am a little, you know, my armor, I'm a Beastmaster, so I really haven't been worrying about my armor, but I'm literally wearing trash gear. The only thing that's kinda decent is my weapon, but I could use an upgrade for that. I mean, I assume I'll need to upgrade my weapons anyway, because higher level does more damage, generally. That, and also I like the scythe. I really like scythes, so I'd have to buy them anyway, but for my armor, yeah, it would probably be a good idea to do those quests. And yeah, they do augment your abilities too. That is true. That is true. All that plus charm that I'm not gonna use because I have a pet. It's kind of weird. I use charm a lot, but only when I'm subbing Beastmaster. Like when I was leveling up Ninja, yeah, I subbed Beastmaster. I wore charm, or I wore charisma gear, and I made good use out of charm. But as a Beastmaster, I never really went back to charming. Like once I hit level 23, it's just jug pets all the way. Oh, soldier crawlers, they're gonna attack me. Are they sight? Yeah, they're sight, okay. Which is weird. It's really weird to me that they detect by sight because they don't have eyes. They don't have eyes. But I am really feeling that I should have gone in here with White Mage as my sub, just so that I could easily sneak around. But it's not that much of a hassle to just kill everything, and I mean I am here for EXP primarily. So if I'm killing things, I'm leveling up. Oh, what can I steal from these guys? Nothing, right. Okay, so that I even have a chance to steal, I'm really gonna have to just suck it up and level up Thief to 37, aren't I? Like, I'm gonna have to do it. So, just so I have a chance to steal. Alright, so I mean, I'm here for EXP, but I'm also here for treasure chests, so... Oh, hey! Right! It's that old principle I talked about. Yeah, if there's a short and easy way, that's the wrong way. I mean, really, I should have used my brain on that one. Of course, you're not just gonna be able to get to this nice little side room where there's probably a treasure chest. Of course not. Now wait, was that a sound detection? Because I went right by him before. Or did he just turn around? I guess he just turned around randomly. They do that sometimes. Now, I don't even know what's in a crawler's nest treasure chest. I don't even know what's in one. Probably nothing I even want, right? Oh, a total aside. I forget if you need to go into areas like this, but don't you need like treasure chests for the race, like the race specific equipment? The old RSE, which I only ever did the racial equipment thing. I only ever did that back in retail, back in the day. I've never done the racial armor stuff. I've never done that on a private server, so it's been a real long time, and I don't really know how those go down anymore. I also feel like I probably don't need that armor anymore. It's like level 30 armor, I think, but it's completely class neutral, so I guess any job that I have at level 30 to, I don't know, maybe in the 30 to 50 range, it would be good to use for that. So it would kind of save me on some of that inventory slot, but I don't know. I'd kind of just like to have it, just to have it for, if anything, for the glam, for the style lock, right? Okay, I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure if these things are detecting me through sound, or if I'm just getting really unlucky and it looks like they're turned around, but they're not. I'm honestly not sure what's going on with these guys. I don't know. I don't know what the Beastmaster artifact quests entail. I know for a lot of the classes, like, if you're not severely over-leveled, you can't really solo the stuff, right? But I think if you have, like, a high-level character, they'd probably be able to solo it just fine. I think many things in this game just come down to, you can't solo it at level, but if you get a high level to do it, yeah, it's fine. Not everything, not everything, but for many things, it works out like that. Okay, that one's just looking at me, so I know I'm gonna have to fight him. That would be another factor, is do you have lots of friends to do everything for you? Which the answer is no, so, or none that want to play Final Fantasy XI. I can even get people to play City of Heroes, but when it comes to Final Fantasy XI, it's just a big nope. And I can't even blame them. Can't even. Like, I get it, man. I get it. Oh, right! Silk Thread. Right. Can my pet... Okay, I wasn't sure if he got poisoned or not, but good opportunity to get health back here. And yeah, City of Heroes is just, like, that is my other kind of favorite game. I have a lot of really fun nostalgia for... There's a couple of games I have huge nostalgia for. Only some of them I enjoy playing still. Like, FF11 is a big one. City of Heroes is the other big one. Because that game is a gem, alright? But, like, other games I have huge nostalgia for, but I don't really find to be as fun to play now as back in the day. And that might just be because of how private servers run them. Like Star Wars Galaxies, that was a huge one. I really liked that game. It was super unique. However, if you go on a private server these days and you play Star Wars Galaxies in any form, really, it's just not the same. It's just not the same. The players aren't the same, and the experience isn't. It's not what you want. And I stream, I mean, my stream schedule can be a little bit, sporadic, but I try to stream, like, during the weekdays around this time, and on the weekends I stream a little later. That will eventually change, as work and life situations change, that can get mixed around, but I always try to make some time to stream. So, like, it is a fairly regular stream. But, let me think. What other... Oh yeah, I used to really like Anarchy Online. And that game is still very playable in kind of its pure form. It's just, I don't know, it's not quite as fun as it used to be, and I'm not sure why. I think it's that it controls a bit badly. Well, my plan was actually to kind of half and half it today. So, like, half Final Fantasy XI grind, and then half City of Heroes, which I just started up not that long ago on Homecoming. Well, I say not that long ago. I think I started up about a year ago, but I've been a very irregular player, and I think a lot of that is because I got back into FF11. But I'm finally getting a character almost to max level, and I'm curious to see the end game stuff in City of Heroes now. But yeah, the plan is to do that later. I was kind of torn, really. I have a really strong urge lately to play Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri, which I know that's a bit of, like, out of left field, but I really like that game. It's a fun strategy game. I always liked it more than the Civ games. And that sci-fi Civ game did not fill the void. It did not fill my Alpha Centauri void. Oh, where the hell am I? I'm not sure I've ever been here before. Huh. There's a question mark. Oh, isn't I think that's for like that's for the thief artifact, like one of the thief artifact quests, I think, right? I vaguely remember that. So we got labyrinth lizards. Are they hostile? They are hostile. Everything is hostile. There is no peace. Where the hell did my pet go? Get the fuck down here. Pet, where are you? Pet! Goddamn rabbit. He betrayed me for a little bit there. Okay. That's kind of the nightmare scenario as a Beastmaster, is, you know, you, for whatever reason, your pet just can't pathfind to you. And you hit that attack button, but the pet just doesn't do anything, and it's like, well, pet, why? Why have you forsaken me? Alright, well, I guess I have to fight a bunch of lizards now. But while I'm doing that... So, okay, other games that I used to love, but I can't play anymore. How about... I don't know. I can still play it, but it's not nearly as fun. The original EverQuest. The classic version of the original EverQuest. Like, we're talking Velius era at maximum. And I loved the game back in the day. I really loved it. But when I try to play it now, there is still fun to be had, but I think it comes down again to the players, and you're not getting the same experience that you got back in the day. So while I used to love the game, it's hard to get into now. There's a lot of old MMOs that, while they were great at the time, they don't hold up as good as stuff like this or City of Heroes. I think both this and COH, they hold up real good. Oh wow, that's a lot of lizard skin. Like, how many lizard skins was that? 4? No, it was 3 skins, a tail, and an egg. Wow, that was a loot pinata. So, my pet is currently petrified, and my health isn't great. So I'm just gonna... Oh, I could reward it. Since right now it can't rest, so... Okay, I'll rest. And I need my pet to unpetrify. Okay, here he goes. Let's get him to rest up. I don't like being down here with an injured pet. Yeah, my I love Warshade. Goddamn. I like both the Chaldean classes in City of Heroes are good. I like both Peacebringer and Warshade, but I feel like Warshade it's a little bit more complex to play. Like I think Warshade has a higher skill ceiling. They're both good, but I like Warshade a little more. Thematically, I like it more too. But any sort of class in a game where it's based around draining the enemy, I love that kind of thing. You know, whip out those vampire abilities. But yeah, like City of Heroes, games like City of Heroes and FF11, they hold up, I think, even in their classic form. They might be rough, but they still hold up. But I don't think every game really, not every game can I say that. And there's some other ones I'm trying to think of. I've played a lot of games that you know, they died over time, but also they never had a huge fan community to revive them. One of those would be the I guess you'd kind of call it an EVE Online alternative, but not really, because it was more of a space RPG where your spaceship and everything was treated more like a, you know, like a character in an RPG. But Earth and Beyond, that was a good game. It was a little bit of a mess, and EA didn't help with that, but it was fun. But EA plugged the they plugged the pull. They pulled the plug so hard on that. Like that game really didn't have a good chance. Because it was during a certain era. Uh-oh, Witch Hazel. They hostile? No. Okay, the witch hazels don't aggro. That's good. Infantry Online. That sounds familiar, but I don't, like, it's nothing I ever played, and I'm not sure what it is, but I know I've heard that name before. Like, I know I've heard people have played that. Oh, there's a question mark back there, but not something I can make use of. Oh, right, all these rooms, they have like these little offshoots, right? I'm betting that maybe the treasure chest is gonna be like in one of the little offshoots of the caves, right? Just tucked in a corner. I could see them doing that. Okay, let's check out this room. I see exo rays. Ah, okay, an isometric shooter, Infantry Online. I want to look that one up after the stream, but look, I am kinda, I don't want to say I'm like the MMO guy, because I have played a lot of things in my time, but from an early age, I was always fascinated with MMOs and the, you know, the immersive online world. It's always been fun. And you know, the first one that I ever played being Ultima Online back in the day. Back when Ultima Online was fresh. God damn, I'm too old. But even though I played a lot of Ultima, I think EverQuest is the one that kind of stuck with me more than Ultima. Yet EverQuest is the one that I find harder to go back to. It's weird like that. But, you know, the funny thing is, despite having played a lot of MMOs, there's a lot I haven't played, and there's some big ones that I never played until later. Like, I never played World of Warcraft until I checked out the Turtle WoW private server. I never played it till then, and that was like maybe, what, a year or so ago? But I completely skipped over World of Warcraft. I kind of actively avoided it, to tell the truth. Phantasy Star Online. I knew people. Like, I knew kids back in the day, back in the high school days, which, yeah, Phantasy Star is pretty old now, but they liked that. They really liked it, and it was very, there's a certain demographic that really likes Phantasy Star Online. For me, I just never checked it out, so I never got into it, but I was always curious about it, because the people that like Phantasy Star, like, they don't just kinda like it, they really like it. Like, I mean really, really like it. But let me think, and I'm still just exploring around, but let's see, another big MMO that I just missed, and not purposefully. RuneScape. I never played RuneScape. That's also a game that I knew people who really, really liked RuneScape. For that one, it wasn't a case that I actively avoided it or anything like that. It's just I think the thing is, I had other MMOs that I was playing at the time, and I didn't really see the point in jumping into another one. And then I just forgot about it. At some point, I guess I'll have to check out RuneScape, right? At at some point, I'll have to take a look at it. But let me think, what else? Well, yeah, oh yeah, briefly, very briefly, I played Dark Age of Camelot, and I know that has a bit of a following, but I never managed to get too into that game. And then, of course, yes, I had my EVE Online phase, but the open PvP thing, I have come to the acceptance that any game with open PvP isn't really my thing. Like, unless it's like something like a survival game, you know, like Conan Exiles or Ark Survival, where you have a lot of control over how you experience the game. You know, like you could just place on your own server or on a friend's server, and then, you know, then you don't have to deal with the problems of having open PvP. That I'm okay with, right? That I'm fine with. But like just a completely open PvP MMO, I've realized I don't like that. It's not my thing. Yeah, I know. Like that happened a few times. Like, so here's the thing, right? The combat in EVE Online is not interesting. It's not. It's like it is a very, very basic, primitive combat system. And it's not overly fun on its own. So for me, the interesting part of EVE Online was always the non-combat stuff. It was the mining, the research and development, like all the industrial stuff, even transporting things was they somehow made logistics interesting. And the whole economic simulation, like that stuff is fascinating. There's really good exploration elements in EVE Online too. But the combat never did it for me, so I always kind of played the game very passively, right? The problem is, even in the high security space, like, yeah, you're gonna get ganked. You're gonna get horribly ganked. I had many a mining barge blown up. I think I got to the point where I could even pilot the capital ship freighters, and I bought my own, right, just to transport the huge hauls of ore that I refined. And it was fun, but I had a few. My freighter never got ganked, but I had a few attempts. Oh, look at that! I found another chest key. But yeah, I had a few attempts on my freighter, but they never managed to successfully gank it. Because the way that I built my freighter, which that was a fun part of the game. You had a lot of choice in how you build your ships, like what modules you put on them. But I built my freighter not for transport capacity or anything like that. I built it for durability, like making it as durable as possible, and so the few gank attempts in high sec, yeah, they failed, but it was still rather annoying. Alright, so I got another chest key. Well, I mean, I would have, but my inventory's full. So I need to find a treasure chest. I'm seeing some question marks. I'm just tabbing around trying to see if I can... Like, maybe there's a treasure chest in here, but it doesn't look like it. Okay, so we can exit back out to Rolandberry Fields in the northeast. I'm assuming that's like a one-way exit. I'm assuming that that's like, it'll dump you out in the zone, and it'll be on a cliff edge, and you can't, you know, you can't get back in. Wait, is this where I came from? No, it's not. Huh. But it's the same setup, like, there's a drop-off point and then a basket. Huh. Oh hey, look, fellow Pokemon master. Always good to see one of them in here. The original Diablo 2. I only ever played Diablo 2 one time at a friend's LAN party, which, good lord, remember the days of LAN parties? So, yeah, like we had a LAN party in a friend's basement. This was like back in high school for me, right? When Diablo 2 was still kind of fresh. Again, I'm getting rather old now. And, yeah, like, the dude had Diablo 2, so like he got Diablo 2 installed on all of our PCs, and we tried that out for a bit, and I really liked it. But it was one of those games that at the time I couldn't get that for myself because at the time my parental figure they would not get me a game like that. That would fall into the "that's the devil" category, so none of that for me. I played a lot of games I shouldn't have played, but if you have a game called Diablo with a the cover like it had, yeah, no, you're not getting that one. I played Legacy of Kain Blood Omen. That one was fine, but not Diablo. I know, right? You're fighting to stop the evil, but no, it'll have none of that. Whereas Legacy of Kain Blood Omen was fine, and I mean, for all intents and purposes, Kain is the villain of the story. For all purposes, right? Like, he's not the good guy. You routinely kill innocent people in that game. But that was fine because it didn't have a cover that was too overtly satanic, right? Fun times, fun times. But yeah, so I only ever played Diablo 2 like once. I played the original Diablo on stream, I think sometime last year. I played it a little bit. I didn't get too deep into it, but I liked it. I liked it. It's just I just didn't finish it. Didn't finish it. And I would like to play Diablo 2 again sometime. I'd like to give it the proper chance, you know? Rumble crawlers. Okay, how tough are they? So the first thing is, like, do they aggro? Yes, they do. Pet. Pet, help. Help, pet. Help, pet. Oh. Okay, here it is. Here it is. The pet gets a little confused sometimes. But when it comes to Diablo type of games, I've played, funny enough, I've played more Diablo-likes, Diablo clones, etc. I've played more of those than I've played Diablo. Like Dungeon Siege. I really liked Dungeon Siege 1 and 2. I really liked them. I put a lot of time into those games. And Guild Wars, the first Guild Wars. The second one is a whole different beast, but the first Guild Wars, I played the absolute hell out of that, and I still have it on my PC. I did it on stream a while back, and I need to play it some more. But yeah, oh, Divine Divinity, the first one. Yeah, oh god, what was the game? Nox. Nox. Which that is such a Diablo clone. But yeah, I've played more Diablo clones than I've played of actual Diablo. I have that fortune. These rumble crawlers, they're quite tough. Though they are, I think these are one of the higher level enemies I've fought up against. I definitely want to tell my pet to rest after this one. And I still don't know if I'm getting any closer to a treasure chest or not. I don't want to give in and look it up though. I want the adventure. Ooh, a kindred seal. Nice. I think I have 4 of those already, which I think you need 4 kindred seals for the limit break 4, right? Ooh, we got some wasps in here. Okay. And I see other people are down here. I don't know what they're doing. Like, I don't know what they're up to, but they're down here. Also, some nice looking armor there. Very, very nice looking armor. At some point, I want to just like, I want to collect some armor pieces, not because I need them, but just, you know, it's all about that glam. I think my problem is that while I did play FF11 back in the day, I will be honest, I played a lot of Final Fantasy XIV. I still every now and then just hop in to check it out, but like, I put so much time in on that, I've kind of got it ingrained in my head that fashion is the most important thing. So like, whenever I see armor pieces, my first thought is not, oh, what's the stats on that? My first thought is, I want to make a look out of it, right? Oh man, what FF14, it got in my brain. Oh. But I think even back in the day, I would, like, even with really simple games like EverQuest, I would at least try to make my character stand out a little bit or look, you know, interesting in some way. Like, that was always something I cared at least a little bit about. Oh, EQ2! Oh, I actually think I played more EverQuest 2 than the original EverQuest. Which is kind of weird because, like, this is one of those things, like, as a game, as a concept, I like the idea of the original EverQuest a lot more. But if we're talking, like, which one is actually more fun to physically play, yeah, like, EverQuest 2 is kind of more fun to play. It's the more fun game to play. Every quest. Oh, I mean, hey, like, ironically, the original EverQuest doesn't actually have that many quests in it. Like, kinda ironically there, you know? There's actually relatively little questing in EverQuest, the original, at least back in the early days of the game. Alright, so I'm not seeing any, I am neither seeing treasure chests, nor am I seeing, I don't know, like, enemies that are really good to EXP off of. They're all just a little too tough for that. A little too tough. Okay, there's a big room over here. Did I go over there and check it out already, or I feel like I probably just went straight past it. I swear I've seen a treasure chest in this dungeon before, and it was not this deep into the dungeon. Like, I swear I've seen a treasure chest much closer to the top. Also, wait, when I came down here, there was a drop-off point, right? Yeah, there was a drop-off point right here. So if I want to leave, I think I actually have to go out Rolandberry Fields. I don't think I can go back the way I came. But anyway, I know that EverQuest 2 is it's kind of a literal point of division with EverQuest fans, which I'd consider myself an EverQuest fan. But the whole problem was you just divided the fan base up between people who like EverQuest 1 and people who like EverQuest 2. It didn't really draw new people in, not much. And like all it did was kind of take people away from the original. But I actually really liked EverQuest 2 when it first came out. I thought, while I didn't like everything it did, like I didn't like how it made the game world a lot smaller. It made it more, I don't know, video gamey, not as, like it didn't feel as much like an open immersive sandbox world, right? But while I hated it for that, I actually really appreciated the gameplay, and oh boy, that is a crawler hunter level 62. I cannot fight that. That is over my pay grade. Okay, so it looks like my options are getting a little bit limited here. Okay, let's try and go that way. I'm gonna go out to the Rolandberry Fields exit, and I'm just gonna exit out into the field. Hopefully I can. And I really am regretting not equipping White Mage. I'm seriously regretting not having any sneaker and viz in here. Alright, so resting up, and then I'll, I don't know if the wasps are hostile or not, so that's why I'm kinda playing it safe there, you know? But so there was a lot that I liked about EverQuest 2. I liked the crafting system. Like, I honestly think the system of crafting and gathering in EverQuest 2, at least in its original incarnation, I think it's almost like what Final Fantasy XIV initially tried to do, like originally. So they were onto a good idea with making crafting a more active process where, like, what I remember in EverQuest 2 is there were, like, craft houses, and you had, like, actual crafter, like, job levels and stuff, is what I remember. And, like, you'd go to a craft house, there'd be crafting stations, and you go to those, and then at the station where you wanted to craft, you would have to use abilities, like, there would be abilities to affect kind of the health of the item and the progress of the item, like literally the system that Final Fantasy XIV used eventually. But I remember it being really more intense than 14. Like, what I remember about EverQuest 2 is that if you failed crafting badly enough, you could die. Which, that sounds ridiculous, right? But if you failed crafting bad enough, it would hurt you. And you could actually hurt yourself so badly, like sawing lumber or whatever, that you could drop dead at the crafting station. Which, I guess if you think about it, that really does simulate workplace accidents, right? Like, you know, you're working in the lumber mill and you accidentally put your hand through the buzzsaw. I guess that's what it's simulating, right? Oh boy, they're hostile. I was kind of hoping they wouldn't be. I was hoping I could just go past them. Nope. I feel like we need more crafting systems in games that offer the potential of lethal consequences, because I liked that. That made it a lot more fun. Yeah, I'm really getting my sight skill up here. Yeah, again, I should probably switch out to my axe and level that up too. I've been using the scythe a lot more. Alright, let's see. What else did I like about EverQuest 2? I did generally like the grouping dynamics, and I liked how when you would kill enemies, there would be a chance that a treasure chest would drop, and not only would the treasure chest drop, but you needed a rogue to pick the lock on the treasure chest, or else it would just be useless. Like, it would be a useless paperweight unless you had a rogue to pop it open. So that meant you always had to have some type of rogue class in the party, and I actually really liked that. It kind of enforced the, you know, I guess the roleplay dynamics of an RPG group, which is something a lot of MMOs don't really worry about. But, you know, the fantasy of it all is important, okay? My immersion is important. Okay, I'm targeting a lot of things in the next rooms, but we just back off a bit. So we know that they're hostile now, so if I want to get out, I'm gonna have to fight my way out. I can do that. Let's see, what else was there? Like, I'm trying to think, because I actually really did play a lot of EverQuest 2. I got even to the point where I did some of the, like, the raids and stuff. I did some... EverQuest 2 is one of the very few games that I've ever bothered raiding in. Like, I guess what you would typically think of as raiding, anyway. And I really liked it. Like, EverQuest 2 was a good time, but I don't know. I think overall the game was a little more video gamey than the original EverQuest. That never sat well with a lot of people, me included. And as the game went on and they released more expansions, it sort of fell into kind of the same hole that Final Fantasy XIV fell into, which is that each expansion just upped the levels, like it upped the level cap and thus increased kind of the item level cap, which I can't remember if EverQuest 2 actually had item levels or not, but I forget, but either way, like every expansion would just up the level cap again, and then everything you did was worthless, and then you have to get on the hamster wheel all over again, and it got very tiring after a while. That and the general quality of the game started dipping. Like they released alternate models, the like the Southeast Asia character models that they honestly were a step down, at least for me. Like, for me, they were a step down from the original character models, but the thing is, going forward, I think those became the default models going forward. Like, I think some of the newer races only have those Southeast Asia models, so that became the standard going forward, which is weird, considering they were sort of anime style a little bit, and that doesn't really gel with the vibe of EverQuest. That's not really EverQuest's thing, you know. EverQuest is sort of as typical D&D Western fantasy as it gets, so it felt strange. I mean, EverQuest is so D&D fantasy that there is literally an EverQuest tabletop role-playing game that is based off of the 3rd edition Dungeons & Dragons rules, and I have those books on my bookshelf behind me, actually. But like that's how Western fantasy EverQuest is. So that weird aesthetic change never made sense to me. But I'm sure the reason they did it was for budgetary concerns and for performance issues, because the original character models were maybe a little excessive. I know that was EverQuest 2's big problem. The big problem was that when they made EverQuest 2, they made it with this idea that they would future-proof it. So they made the game super graphically intense. Like, the game would make your PC just fry itself when it first came out. And it wouldn't be, like, many years until PCs sort of caught up with what they were going with. but by that point they'd kind of lost everyone because, you know, no one could play the game when it first came out. I had to upgrade my computer to play it, and that wasn't fun. Oh yay, a wind crystal. Oh, how many wasps are... Oh, that's a level 57 one. They're only getting tougher. Alright, well, yeah, they're only getting tougher, so I guess I will, I'll tell my pet to rest, and then we'll fight it. My health is good, but my pet definitely needs, he needs to take a knee for a second. Man, I don't know, this has all just sort of got me thinking about, I guess, about EverQuest and other games, but especially, yeah, there was a time where I was huge on EverQuest. I never got high level in the game. In the original EverQuest, I think level 30-ish was about as high as I ever got. But I still loved playing the game. Like, it was just fun to play at the time. And a lot of that, I think, was the novelty of a massive online immersive world, even as primitive and basic as it was. And, I mean, that was kind of the same idea with Ultima Online, too, but I'd say Ultima I never got as into, even though I would say I liked the game systems of Ultima better. Like, there's a lot more to actually do in Ultima Online than EverQuest. But I think the issue is that Ultima Online has that top-down isometric 2D graphic style, and... Wait, now that one didn't want to attack me, what? Okay. Well, I attacked it first. But yeah, Ultima, I guess just it didn't feel quite as immersive because it wasn't 3D, it wasn't, you know, it controlled a little awkwardly. I guess it never quite felt as immersive, even though it really was the more immersive game. But man, being an EverQuest fan, it kind of sucked when World of Warcraft came out. I think anyone who didn't play World of Warcraft for whatever reason, but played games that were similar to it, or games that came, you know, similar but came before it, when World of Warcraft came out, it wasn't a good time. And that's mostly because when WoW came out, all of a sudden, everybody just wanted to play WoW. It was the popular game. And also, every game company that made MMOs, they suddenly decided that World of Warcraft is how things should be done, and oh man, we're not making those World of Warcraft numbers. Just do what they're doing, and it never worked out. Like, it never worked out, and it only kind of made games worse. Like that's kind of what happened with EverQuest too, is it went more in that direction, and it never really benefited from that. And then there were games that came out that were good, like Star Wars Galaxies, but they weren't making those World of Warcraft numbers, so someone high up would decide, oh, well, we gotta change things. And then that only hurt the game. And then it would inevitably get canceled. Right? Inevitably comes the cancellation. Oh, we got a drop-off point here. We got us a drop-off point. Well, that's the only way I can go, so I guess I'm going that way, right? Wait, why am I going this way? I just noticed this. Like, I was trying to work my way out to Rolandberry Field, right? Like, that's what I was doing. I think I just went the wrong direction. But actually, I think there's easier enemies in this direction. Yeah, there's easier enemies over here, so yeah, that's the way I want to go anyway. Yeah, we got really sidetracked with this. Well, I mean, what did we get sidetracked from? I'm just grinding. I'm just grinding a little EXP out since it's a fresh week and I got an EXP ring. And I'm trying to find a treasure chest in this damn cave, but I can't find one. But otherwise, I don't really have any set plans or anything. You know, no clear objectives or anything today. Oop, that's an exo-ray. Have I been over to this little corner? I'm not sure. If there's no drop-off point further up, then I've definitely been here before. Yeah, I've definitely been there before. Ooh, it's all glowy. Huh. Well, it's very glowy in that direction. That intrigues me. And there's question marks back here. Also, no idea if the witch hazels are good to fight, but considering the enemy type they are, I would guess they have that sleep powder, and that is never fun. The sleeping, like any attack that does sleepga is not fun to deal with. Okay, so if I go straight out here, which I'm gonna have to fight, yeah, I'm gonna have to fight. But if I go straight, like if I cut straight across here, I think I'll be on the path to get out to Rolandberry Field. Oh, here's the other one. Now these labyrinth lizards, they drop a lot of items. Like they drop a lot of skins when you take them out. They're like loot pinatas. So I don't know if I want to farm up some lizard skins to sell. I guess this would be the place, I guess. I don't think lizard skins really sell all that well, though. There's not that much that you can make with them, right? Or at least not past a certain level. But I like their loot drops. Like, okay, what do we get there? We got a tail, a skin, an egg, and a fire crystal. That is nice. That is very nice. So I might have to fight 2 more lizards at a time if I want to leave this room. So I'm gonna save my my ready attacks. Yeah, save those. 'Cause, God, look, I am really tempted. I mean, I should at least get a full stack of lizard skins, right? I should at the very least do that. Oh, here we go. It's on. They always get a few shots on me before I can, Oh boy, there's a soul stinger! What the fuck is that? Okay, how high level are those? What are we dealing with here? They're level 50, which is... that's rough. Level 50's rough. It's rough, but doable. So I think my pet is most certainly gonna die here. Most certainly. But I have more pets in my pocket. This place is dangerous. Oh, some plague breath. Okay, I'm gonna save my 2 Whirl Claws. I'm gonna save those for the next pet. Okay, no, let's not go. Okay. I'm just thinking where to back off to. Oh, god damn it. Pet. Pet. I'm having a bit of a control malfunction. This is gonna be a little tight. I'm gonna say it right now, this is gonna get rough. Gonna get rough here. Uh-oh, I might be experiencing a death state. Yep. Oh no. Oh, I was a little too slow. I was a little too slow on my commands there. Oh, well that's what, like 1,700 EXP down? Yeah, oof. It's okay. It's okay. I am a little upset though that I didn't manage to kill that one lizard. I'm a little upset about that. Oh no, wait, I did. Okay, I did kill that one lizard, so I at least got that. But I went a little too deep. I went a little too deep into the crawler's nest. I got horribly lost in the crawler's nest is what happened. But I will say, like, I want to go back. I want to go back, but I'm gonna go back with White Mage as my sub. I think that would be a lot safer. Like, it would be a lot safer if I go in with /White Mage. Like, yeah, I won't get as much loot. And, you know, I do love my loot. I certainly do. Oh, hey, my Silver Beast coin sold. But, while I love my loot, I think in a place like the Crawler's Nest, safety is kind of, like, safety first, right? Safety first. Alright, so we'll go with White Mage. The funny thing is, I actually have more health as a White Mage as my sub. And that's just because my Thief is only at level 20. Alright, is there anything I need to put in storage? I don't think so. I don't think so. But it is a good time to, yeah, check the auction house, just get everything all lined up in order. Get my style lock back the way it was. Alright. But yeah, what killed me there is definitely, what I wanted to do was kind of have the pet keep fighting, and then I'd back up, like, get some distance, so that when the pet died, I'd have time to summon a new one, and then tell it to attack and do an AoE, and that's what I was trying for, but I kind of fumbled on it. Executing commands is a little slow. So I failed to execute my commands quickly enough, and then I got attacked a little too much. Alright, but we'll use this set, and I'll exit out of Upper Juno. The Chocobo fare is usually a little less here, but hey, I get to use the Chocobo! And let me just check, are my macros up to date? Well, first off, can I use Protect 2? Like, am I high enough? I am. Okay. So, macros. Edit macros. Buff. Protect 2. There we go. I don't think I need Shell. Like, I don't think Shell really... In general, I mean, Shell only protects against spells, and these don't really do spells. They don't do spells like that. Alright, but, let's see. I did get some things to sell. What are dance shrooms worth? Not bad. I guess if I had a full stack of dance shrooms, that could work out. I'm sure I'll find more silk thread while I'm down. Oh my god, look at this. Look at that. There's one silk thread sold for 9,000 gil. I think I know what happened there. So some poor motherfucker, he wanted to buy a full stack, but he picked the wrong item, and he paid that much for a single one. Oh. Okay, lizard skin's not overly valuable. Not overly valued. I'll just yeah, little bit under the going rate. And I don't know that I'm gonna fight as many different types of enemies this time, so I'm just gonna sell off the rest of my junk. Like, I don't know that I'm gonna fight lizards again. I may or may not fight bees again. I don't know. So just get rid of everything I'm probably not gonna collect to sell. And oh yeah, I do realize I have prism powder and silent oil. I have those on me. Oh wow, dance shrooms are 635 just to the NPC. That is not bad at all. Alright, but the lizard parts, getting rid of those. Oh, and I realized my my EXP ring is no longer in effect. I guess I did get full use out of it, right? And even though I did die, I started with about 6,000 EXP, and then after that death, okay, I lost 1,700, but it's still up to 7,650. That's not bad. That's not terrible. I still made some progress, I guess. But I will say, yeah, dying is getting really, really, really costly. Like, I can only imagine when you get up to, like, the 70s, right? And you're losing, like, what, 3,000, 4,000 EXP when you die? I gotta admit, that's a lot. Like, it's not so much that you can't recover from it, but that is quite a loss. Like, that's a lot of time invested, you know? And I gotta wonder, maybe the EXP penalty in the game is a little too harsh? I don't know. Okay, so I'm gonna put the silent oil and the prism powder, I'm putting those back in storage. I don't know, I do kinda use the pet food, but I don't use it that much. I'm not gonna use the herbal broth. Yeah, no chance of using that. Okay, so I'd say my inventory is a little cleaner now. I might want to take these Yagudo drinks though. That would help out for my MP, which if I'm gonna be stealthing around, I definitely want that. Oh, a Rollin' Berry Pie, that would help too. Rollin' Berry Pie would help out with just having enough MP, right? Do I still have food on me? Yeah, I still have my meat myth kebabs. I don't know, I think I'd rather use the meat myth kebabs. Okay, that looks good for now. So back to the crawler's nest, back to the place of death. I still swear though that I know I found a treasure chest before in the crawler's nest, and it wasn't Like, it was surrounded by exo rays. I know that much. So, like, it wasn't in the deep, deep parts of the crawler's nest, but I can't remember where it was exactly. I mean, I thought it was in the room with the killer mushrooms. I thought for sure it was the killer mushroom room, but I guess not. Also, saying mushroom room is... Okay, how expensive is the chicken? I'd like to order the finest chicken. What are we up to? It's always a bit of a nightmare. The prices of these damn chocobos in Juneau. Oh, 200. That ain't bad. Okay, I'll take it. I think it's lower Juneau. That's the one that really has the bad prices. Like, really has the bad prices. Okay, so we got Battalion Downs, and I want to go back over this way, down to, down to Rolandberry Field. So it's been a while since I haven't used the Thief as my sub-job. Normally when I'm just Beastmaster soloing for EXP, I usually roll with Thief, and it's because I get more loot, I like loot, it works out. It's been quite a while since I did anything else, but I think when you're dealing in tougher fights, I think White Mage that's probably the way to go. Like, it'll give me regenerating health, I can buff myself with Protect 2, so I'll take a little less damage, since my armor isn't very good. I can regen myself, there's a lot of very handy spells I can use to keep my health up, and I think, that's what got me killed, right, is I let my health dip too low. I rolled the dice and lost. Alright, so going this way. And while I'm going this way, I'm just gonna tab out for a second, check on something. Just checking some things real quick. And I might just cave in. I might cave in. I hate to do it, but okay, look, I did my exploring. I explored so good I got myself killed. But I couldn't find any treasure chests, so okay. I guess I can just look up. Where are the treasure chests? I'm kind of curious, like, if I was going in completely the wrong direction or what. So, okay, pointed in the right direction, so Crawler's Nest. Chest map. Okay, so, alright, gonna have a look and see. So, let's see, treasure map. So, let's see, actually, there's treasure chests and treasure coffers. What's the difference? What's the difference between a treasure chest and a treasure coffer? Do those use different keys? Well, I have a chest key. I got a chest key. So let's see. It looks like there was a chance that a treasure chest could have spawned in many of the places that I looked at while I was down in the Crawler's Nest. Yeah, it looks like quite a few of the places I was at, like, a chest could have been there. But it also looks like the treasure chests can spawn in the big rectangle room. Yeah, in the big rectangle, there's a few places that those can spawn too. So I'd say I'm gonna go check out the rectangle because it's a little easier to get to. Like, it's both easier to get to and it's easier to fight the things in that room for me. But at this point, I just sort of want to use my key, right? I've had this chest key for a very long time, and I kind of just want to get it out of my inventory, so... Like, let's just find chest and use it. And, I don't know, if I'm gonna EXP down in the Crawler's Nest, if I'm really gonna do that, I'd say that it would be better to EXP on easier enemies, or at the very least enemies that aren't in such a cluttered area. Like, the problem with the lizards is that I was kind of forced to fight 2 of them at a time, and then 2 of them and a killer bee at the same time, and that didn't work out. So I think either going back to maybe the killer mushrooms, because I'm looking at the treasure maps, and after I look those over, I'd say the room with the killer shrooms, that's probably the best possible place for me to go to level up. Like, the enemies there are not too hard. I can kill them pretty fast. They're also a little bit spread out, so I don't have to worry about them linking up together. I'd say overall that'll probably be much smoother, easier leveling. So, gonna pop my Empress Band. And re-summon my pet, too. Alright, I'll buff up in the room with the lizards. Okay, band used. Switching my stuff back over. And it never feels great when you have a death, but I mean, it happens. I know some people get really, really upset when you die in a game like this, where there's some form of permanent loss, you know? Like, oh, that's just 1,700 EXP, that's the last, like, what? The last half hour of my life gone? Like, yeah, it doesn't feel good, but the punishment serves a purpose. Like, yeah, I'm not gonna be that careless again. I learned my lesson. Alright. Buff up. So, I have Protect, but also I have other things, like, I don't know. I could put, can I stone skin myself? I think that might be a little too high level as a sub job. But I think I can blink. Yeah, I have blink. I mean, hell, why not? Blink is a good buff. Okay, now the enemies down in the Crawler's Nest, I'm trying to think what they aggro on. At first, I thought the Crawlers aggroed through sight, but then I went behind one and it still aggroed me, so I think they aggro by sound. I think everything aggroes by sound down there, but I'm not sure. I'll test the waters a little bit and see how they aggro. So let's sneak. I'll do sneak alone and just see, like, see how far sneak gets me, right? And if something attacks me with that on, then I'll sneak and invis. This kind of feels like a little bit of a fool's errand, right? Considering you already died once for this, but like, fuck it. We're in. We're in. So I'm looking at the treasure chest map. So the first chest that might appear is going straight forward, kind of on the right side here. Yeah. Now, let's see if the crawler's aggro. Do you aggro me? Do you aggro me? No. Okay, so crawlers are definitely sound. The exo rays I'm not sure on. Okay, yeah, so first treasure chest spot is like right around here. I don't know if this server mixed up the treasure chest spots or anything. If they did, then this could get complicated, but I don't think they have. Right, so this is, I think right where I'm standing is like, that's where one of the chests could be. Now there's two more possible chest locations. Two more possibles. Further up. So on the south side of the room, on both ends of the cave, there is a potential of 2 chest spawns. See, again, I hate to just go straight to the maps, but I mean, I already explored a lot of the places that treasure chests could be. It's just they weren't there. Like, I guess somebody else took them already. I mean, there are other Beastmasters down here, so those are by I think scorpions are all sight-based, I think. I'll stay away from that. So are exo rays sight or sound? They're sound, okay. Oh, my sneak's about to wear. So I'll try and find a good spot to de-sneak, but not seeing any treasure chests. Yeah, I hate to look up maps first, so I didn't, you know? Like, I went in first blind, and, well, I died. You know? That's how that went down. But that's okay. That's okay. So now that we had our adventure and we died horribly, now I go in with a little bit more purpose, and I try to, like, you know, try to hunt out the things using a bit of a guide. But I always give it the attempt first, okay? I give it the proper attempt first. Alright, so there's a potential treasure chest right there, okay. It's surrounded by rumble crawlers, but that's alright, that's okay. Treasure chest! Oh, this is a treasure coffer. Huh. So can I open that, or is that a separate thing? If only you had a nest coffer key. So a coffer key is different than a chest key, right? Yeah, it's different. Okay. I was afraid of that. So I found a coffer. I found a coffer. Alright. Well, there's 2 other potential chest locations in this room. I guess also keep in mind that, like, hey, there's a coffer back there. If I ever get the fortune of finding a coffer key, then I guess, hey... Oh, blazer beetles! Okay, so blazer beetles, they're sight. They are sight-based enemies. Also, I'm just gonna pop my Yagudo drink here. Just so that I don't have to rest after this. I can just keep on trucking. Oh hey! Oh hey, we're fighting a we need to move this to an end of the room where there aren't monsters. Hold up. Because there's an exo ray right there, and you know it's gonna join the party, right? You know it's gonna join the party. So I'm pretty sure my pet's gonna die. I'm pretty sure he can't tank both of these at the same time. So getting him a blink on. I'm being ready for what is to come. Put regen on too. That'll definitely help. Alright. This is why we white maged. might be able to take these down with one rabbit. I highly doubt it, but I might be able to take them out with a single rabbit. No, its health is going down pretty bad. It's not. No, it's not gonna last. Let's go with a Vorpal Scythe on that. I can at least kill the beetle. But hey, valuable lesson learned. Valuable lesson learned about what aggro's based on what. Oh, also, you know, I didn't even think about it, but I guess technically, and what I could have even done back before we died, wait, is this thing is just called what? Why is this scorpion called Frank? I just noticed it, that the Frank hits key. Why is there a giant scorpion named Frank? What is this? But I was about to say, what I could have done before is charm, right? I could have charmed one of those lizards or the bee or something. I could charm now even if I had to. But I just didn't. I didn't think about it. I didn't think about it. Ooh, got Death Scissor. And my shadow absorbed it. See, that's why I put Blink on there. Alright? That's why I did Blink. Alright. Well, I guess, yeah, take Frank down, which, why is there just Scorpion called Frank, and he dropped a ton of loot? Shell, claw, 2 claws. A shell, 2 claws, and a crystal. Like, but why is his name Frank? Why is he named Frank? Okay, so I guess the beetles and the scorpions are the 2 things that will detect you even if you're sneaked, if you're snucked. Okay, there should be a chest, a potential chest right over here, but I'm not seeing it. So I assume the chest is not there. Let's look into the little cave area. I've been looking at a lot of the locations where a chest could be, and there's nothing, so I can only assume that, like, the few other people that are in here, I guess they are also just running around picking up treasure chests, right? Like, I guess they're in here looting chests, I guess. So yeah, there was a potential chest spawn in here, but I don't see it, so... Oh, this is probably the room. Like, I know I saw... Yeah, I saw a treasure chest in here before, and I knew it was in a room with exo rays. That's the room, okay. Oh man, gamer tag. Interesting way to phrase it, but no, I think with Horizon, like, you can delete your character after like 7 days. So I mean, if you I mean, if you want the name, like, if the name is the important part of the character, then you're just gonna have to wait 7 days and delete it and retry. Like, if the name is the important thing, because the character names are unique. Even if you made a new account, like, the name would be taken. So yeah, you just kind of have to wait the 7 days if the name is the important thing. if the name's not important, I mean, you have 3 character slots, so what you could do is just make a new character on that account, and yeah. But I think that's, them's about your only options. Oh, my sneak's about to wear off, but I just wanted to kind of do the rounds and see if the treasure chest spawned. Yeah, I can only guess, though, that the reason why I've been all over this place, but I have not seen a single treasure chest anywhere, it's gotta be that the other people that are here, they're just hunting out treasure chests. It's gotta be that, right? And, I mean, you know, I don't think I was too much help, but I tried. I mean, there's just not many options there for your problem. Which also, though, I mean, for any kind of technical issues with Horizon, I mean, I think they have like a thing they want you to use for that sort of thing, for technical issues, but I think also, I think their Discord is okay to kind of get attention to something, like, or at the very least, if you need help with anything, I think that their Discord is the way to go on that one. Alright, so I couldn't find any treasure chests down there. There weren't any. But I'd say maybe what I can do is just go back to killing the killer mushrooms. Killer mushrooms are pretty easy for me to fight. So I can get that EXP that I lost. You know, I lost 1,700 by dying. So I'd say that I go and get some of that XP back in the mushroom room, the shroom room, and then every now and then I just kind of get up and check the square room and see if there's any treasure chests that have popped. I think that's the best way to go about it. I could go back down into the bottom layers of the crawler's nest, but the enemies down there are a lot harder. Like a lot harder. And it's real easy to, if I'm not sneaking, it's real easy to get overwhelmed. So I'll just not go down there. Gonna stay in my lane up here. Oh, look at that. I can't escape it. I can't escape the Link aggro, no matter where I go. The difference is, these enemies are only level 45. Like, that's the difference between having 2 level 45s jump me and having, like, 2 to 3 level 55 to 57s, right? Like, that's a whole other issue there. Alright, so I'm just not gonna use my MP if I don't have to, so just playing it nice and easy. Nice and easy. Slow and steady. Although, let me look at something. So how long we been streaming? Almost 3 hours. I don't know how much longer I have is the thing. You know, my stream is easily interrupted by life happening, but I'd say when we actually hit that 3-hour mark, so like in about 15 minutes or so, maybe we switch over to the other game, right? Because I am kind of, you know, I am in a City of Heroes mood, but I also want to get my EXP back. Like, especially after that shameful defeat, I would like to get my my XP back. I also feel really bad when, like, I don't know, someone raids on in, which it's still weird when that happens, since I'm not a, I'm an anti-social channel here, but, I always feel bad when people raid in for a certain game, and then it's like, yeah, we play that for like 2-3 hours or whatever, and then, well, time to play something else, right? And it feels like you're bait and switching them, but, well, I didn't bait them here in the first place. But I would kind of like to get my 1,700 EXP back. I was at like, what, 9,000 into the... I think I was over 9,000 EXP into the level. I'd like to get back to that at least. And I'd like to find a treasure chest too. Like, I'll fight some of the harder enemies in that big rectangle or square room. I'll fight some of them. But I really would like to get a treasure chest. I've never gotten a treasure chest here. I've only ever maybe gotten like a handful of treasure chests ever in FF11, and mostly in like lower level zones, like in Gideus or Gelspa Outpost. You know, the easy low level zones where you're farming and you happen to get a key, and then, oh hey, there's a treasure chest, because no one really goes for those. But I've never really gotten any luck on treasure chests in higher level areas. And yeah, exactly over 9,000 EXP. That's somewhere in that ballpark. Which that just reminds me, in the Promathia content, there's that one NPC who literally just has like a power level scanner on his eye. Like, I still don't know what his deal is or what that thing does, but that did amuse me, I will admit. Alright, so I'm gonna tell my pet to rest, and while the pet is resting up, well, I guess I'll get my MP back too, right? Maybe put Blink on. So I'll get my MP back, and then we'll go down into the square room. I know there's other names for that room, but it's literally a square. It's a perfect square. So I'll go down there and consult with my treasure map again. But yeah, it looks like if you're going for treasure chests, they're either gonna be in the big square room, or they're gonna be on the lower floor, where all the real dangerous enemies are. I wonder what's in, I wonder what you can even get out of the treasure chest. There is a list, but I don't want to look at it. There's a list, but I don't want to look. Alright, so back to the potential treasure room. Also, how many people are in this zone? Like, how much competition do I actually have in here? I'm kind of curious. Oh wow, there's a lot. So there's a group of players, but there's also, yeah, there's another solo Beastmaster / thief running around. And then there's like a level 75 red mage. And a 57 thief, so I don't know. I think there's a couple of people running around hitting treasure chests, I think. Also, I wonder what drops the coffer keys. Like, I have no idea if coffer keys are just something that can drop, like in the same way that treasure chest keys drop, like by the same enemies. I don't know. Okay, let's have a look around. So just consulting my map again. Alright. So I'll kind of do a loop around the room. Alright. I'll do a loop around the room and see if there's a treasure chest. If not, then I'll just fight stuff. So first potential treasure chest is on this side of the room. I'm not seeing any, so... Oh, here we go! Treasure chest! It's not quite in the same place the map says it should be. Treasure chest, treasure chest, treasure chest! Okay, come on, come on. Let's do it. The chest was but an illusion. What? You discern that the illusion will remain for the fuck are you talking about? The fuck are you talking about? Is this just... Is this just... What? And what, you discern that the illusion will remain for 5 minutes. What does that mean exactly? What is this? What is this illusion? I don't understand. Why did you take my treasure box away from me? Why you do this to me? At least it doesn't take my key though. I guess that's the good thing. It didn't take my nest key, so I guess that's good. But I didn't know that was a possibility. Like I didn't know it was a thing that can happen, that the box is just fake. I know mimics are a thing, but I think those only happen if you're like a thief and you're trying to force the lock. I don't think you get mimics on normal chest opens. I don't think. So okay, were there no treasure chests in here? This is the other area where they might spawn. Nope. I still have no idea what was up with that one scorpion. Like, why was there a scorpion called Frank? I still don't know what the deal was with that exactly. Alright, well, so this is a little side room. Potential treasure chest in here. So that is a treasure coffer. Not what I need. Ah, okay. So wait a second, then that means that the treasure chest will spawn in, like, in 5 minutes or so, right? So, I guess I should kind of stay close to that one, then. But that means that, yeah, someone else is running around here popping treasure chests. Okay, now, are you gonna break my heart again, or is this gonna be a real one? Okay. Nest chest key. I can't do it while invisible. Hold up. Also, let's pull the pet in. It was but an illusion! Okay, so this one says 3 minutes, so it's gonna pop pretty fucking soon, right? I guess I'll just hang around here then. Like it will respawn, I hope. Like I hope I hope that by touching it I haven't just like made that one never appear. Okay, so it won't necessarily be in that spot. So, okay, so I should give it like 3 minutes then before I, okay. Wait, I wonder, was that maybe the same treasure chest that I saw earlier, just now it popped over here? I wonder. Huh. I didn't know that this was a possibility, though. Like, I didn't know it was a possibility that you could just have these fake chests everywhere. Alright, well, I'll get my MP back up and then stealth around. I want my EXP back, so I want to fight things, but also I really would like to open up a treasure chest. Man, fun, fun. Oh, what is attacking me? Oh my god, there was a beetle right there. Well, goddamn. Okay. I have to fight now. Okay, so I guess, it's Horizon specific. I mean, what's the... I guess I'm not sure what the point of that is, exactly. Like, I mean, is it so people don't get too many treasure chests? But like, I mean, you have to get a key, and you can only have one key at a time, so I mean, that's the hard part, right? The hard part is supposed to be getting a treasure chest key, I would think. I don't quite get that change. But then again, I don't really do treasure chests, right? So I guess, you know, maybe there's something I'm missing. Like, to me, it just sort of feels like maybe I'm being punished because someone else is running around farming treasure chests. That's not a good feel. Alright. I feel like, okay, the 3 minutes is probably definitely up now. I feel it in my bones. So, okay, let's look around. Ah, okay. Huh. Ah. I mean, I'm just here for loot. Like, I'm just here because I had a treasure chest key. Like, I've been sitting on a treasure chest key. It's just been in my... It's been in my inventory forever, and I wanted to get rid of it. But I wanted to actually use it, so... I never open, like, I never do treasure chests, so I thought, oh, that'll be fun, right? That'll be fun to look at. Like, hey, how's treasure chests work? And I'm already a little, I don't know about this. I don't know about this. Alright, well, let's kind of turn around and look back the way we came. But I haven't opened any treasure chests. Like, I looked around, I couldn't even find a treasure chest for so long, but, okay, still, that's a coffer. Yeah, that's a coffer, not a chest. I feel like maybe the limiter should be on, like, the individual and not, like, I don't know, I guess I can understand the idea. Like, I can get the principle behind this, but I feel like... Okay, here's... There's the treasure chest. To me, it kind of feels like I'm being punished because someone else is running around looting all willy-nilly, right? But why is that punishing me? I haven't opened any treasure chests. I haven't done anything. Alright, okay, please be real. Okay, that one was real. What did I get? Did I literally get nothing? I found a gigant axe. It took a while. It took a while to actually distribute. Did I get any money for that? Not that I can see. My money doesn't look like it's changed. What's the axe? Is that it's a two-hander, right? Yeah, it's a two-hander. Huh. So it's for Warrior and Dark Knight. Doesn't seem all that impressive, but okay, okay. Hmm. Okay, a 10k weapon. Well, sure, why not? I'll sell it. I'm not really hurting for money, but like, yeah, cool, cool. And I guess if I ever want to really level up Warrior or Dark Knight, I am kind of interested in Dark Knight, and I would have to level up Warrior a little bit too, I think, for some of the classes I want to play. It's good to have Warrior as an option, at least. Alright, well, I made use of my treasure chest key, so now I'm gonna do the other thing I came here to do, which is to get a little EXP. I went real deep into this place, and yeah, I just died horribly. So I lost 1,700 EXP. I'd rather not leave until I get that back. Yeah, I do feel good that I got the chest. I achieved treasure chest. For me, it's a little, I don't know. For me, one of my favorite things in RPGs, just like, as a general thing, right? And I think a lot of people are like this. I mean, you like loot, right? Loot feels good, but more specifically, if there's an actual treasure chest component, like you're not just looting corpses or whatever, but there's actually like, you know, some kind of jewel encrusted big ass box, you know, that looks like a stereotypical treasure chest. Especially if it has some kind of like, oh, what's really missing here? There's no sound effect. Like you need like a treasure chest opening sound effect, right? But it like that's one of my favorite things in RPGs. Absolute favorite thing. Porridge. So yeah, like finding treasure chests, that should be a really fun activity. But here I'm kind of, I don't know. With the illusion chests and all that, like, oh, that slowed me down. And then the actual loot was kind of meh, a little bit meh. Alright, I'm gonna fight these, and I'm gonna switch out to my weaker weapon just so that I level it up some. I mostly use scythes, but I'm gonna switch out to my crappy axe and shield just so that I level it up and get some points on it. So I will say that's the first time that I've encountered a system on Horizon, like a Horizon specific system. It's the first one I've encountered where I'm not quite sure I like that. It doesn't really like, it doesn't kill my gameplay experience or anything. But that is kind of the first system where I'm not exactly sure that's a good thing. I'm not like that. Or I think it could be maybe worked a little differently. Most of the changes I've seen, I really like them, but yeah, every now and then it's like, oh, I'm not quite sure where they're going with that. Also, I keep wanting to steal, but I can't. I keep like navigating to my steal command, but I'm not. I went in as a white mage because I wanted, or you know, a slash white mage because I really wanted to sneak around. I did that. Oh, pet's pretty beat up. Okay, I'll let the pet rest, and I will, yeah, I'll let it rest, and I'll go back up to the easier shroom room. The easier one. Like, those shrooms, they're much easier to down. And they had good loot, too. Like, they had the dance shrooms, which sell for, like, 600 to NPCs. I'm not sure what a full stack will sell for to a player. I don't know if it has a value to a player, but to an NPC, pretty valuable. And I'm always looking for enemies that I can kill that drop loot that you can just sell, right? Like you don't have to go for a player or anything. And oh, what do we have here? Huh. Oh, they're going for the elemental. Well, I'm not even there anymore. I'm not even there anymore. all yours. Yeah, I'm going back to the shroom room. That reminds me, I do still feel a little bit bad about that one enemy that I killed. I kinda yoinked it from another person, not intentionally. But like when I was killing leeches for the carbuncle ruby outside of Norg, yeah, there was just that name monster that spawned, and I mean, it spawned in. There was a guy there, but he was just standing there. I gave him a minute. I gave him enough time that I looked up on the wiki and I'm like, hey, what's that named leech? Can I kill it? Oh, what's it got? And then, you know, I looked back and they're still just standing there, so I was like, well, I guess it's mine then. I do still feel a little bad, but I mean, the item that sold from that, it sold for about 50,000 gil. I undercut a little bit because, you know, I wasn't there for that. But 50,000, just an easy 50,000. And oh yeah, actually killing the enemy dropped a few thousand gil too, just off the body. But I guess, you know, if they were there for the item, as far as expensive rarities go, 50,000 gil isn't really that bad, because it was an item that can be used in the process of getting an artifact weapon, I think, or a relic thing, something. And as far as that stuff goes, I mean, I don't know. I feel like 50k is not like that's not bad, right? If you gotta pay for it, that ain't bad. But that, like, I wasn't even there for that. I was just there for my carbuncle loot, because there's a lot of leeches, and they also drop loot that you can just sell, too. Lots of leech saliva. Also, I'm still using my axe. It doesn't really pay to use that here. Like, I'm not gonna get any skill ups on these guys. But I think I'm too lazy to switch out now. I'm much too lazy to change now. But what I could do, I could pop my meat myth kebab so I do a little more damage. I can at least do that. But when it comes to, like, I don't know, money from loot and everything, I have a lot of luck just selling the loot of enemies that I have to kill to level up. Like in Zeta, there's the Coerls. I was killing those for a couple of levels, and the hides are like 20k a stack. The meat is about 6k a stack, and the meat drop, like, it's a common drop. I'd come away with like several stacks of meat every time I went leveling. And I did some grinding out in Lufay's, and the giant parts, oh, those sell kind of decently. Like, not as good a money as the Coerls, but still decently, a couple thousand. And relatively common drops. So just killing sort of leveling enemies that are 40 plus, that generally good money. but also if I'm more focused going for money. I mean, my best option so far has been going to Kufum Island when it's nighttime and storming. When both are in effect, the lightning elementals, I mean, the crystals sell for like 1.5 to 2k a stack. You get 1 to 3 stacks every elemental. They're everywhere. You can come away with a stack of stacks. And then the banshees. The banshees and skeletons that spawn, like those, I think the skeleton enemies drop a tractor scroll, that's like 7k. The banshees drop escape scrolls, that's 20k. So if it's nighttime and storming, you can just sort of do the rounds on Kufum Island, and like in about a half hour you can come away with like well over 100,000 gil. And that's not even like, that's not a high level or hard thing. It's I'd say anyone that's like level 40 plus could pretty easily do that. Probably lower level even, but that's just sort of for speed and comfort, right? I mean, admittedly, I don't do too much with my gil. I'll be fair, right? I'm a beast master. I don't have to spend gil on much. I can literally fight naked. My pet will just, you know, my pet will carry me on his strong arms. But I do find that I need gil for several things. Like, I do still need to keep my weapons up to date. That costs money. Consumables are a big one, actually. Like, even as a Beastmaster, when I do the harder content in the game, I do need consumables. Like when I was doing the Primivian fights, yeah, I went in as a Beastmaster / White Mage, and I needed all the MP items because I actually had to help heal. So I was downing ethers that's like 1,500 gil a potion. Yagudo drinks, they're also about that much per drink. Food in general for your damage and all that, like food costs a lot of money. Just regular potions, like regular health potions, I use those for harder fights. So yeah, like consumables actually cost a lot. And if I ever get around to playing some of the other classes I want to play, I'm gonna need that gil. But I guess, I don't know, as a Beastmaster specifically, well, I do need these pet jugs. I'm using a cheaper pet jug, but it's still about 5,000 gil per stack. So while I certainly play on the cheaper side, if I wanted to go the extra mile, there is certainly a lot more I could be buying. And I do need to use thousands of gil every now and then. Like, every now and then I just have to drop thousands of gil on things. Oh, I almost forgot, when I did the Primivians, so outside of the White Mage stuff that I had to buy to kind of help them out with that, what is my pet doing? Oh, I told him to heal, not attack. But for the Primivian fights, so for each one, I pretty much had to go in loaded out with the anima items. Everybody has to have those for the Primivians. And making a full set of animas for each fight, that was like, man, that was, I want to say somewhere between 30 and 40,000 gil. Like, in total, for each one of the Primivian fights that I did, it cost me around 50,000 gil per fight. And that was just per attempt. I want to kind of put a big asterisk on that. That was 50,000 gil per attempt. And I had to do Mia multiple times. So I wasted a lot of gil on that one. But yeah, it's definitely the consumable items. That's where a lot of the gil goes. Alright, gonna let that one rest up. And I'm gonna put my Falcastra back on. I don't get any skill points for these enemies, so going back to my my trusty scythe. I just like scythes. I know that Beastmaster has a bit better of a like a skill ceiling on axes, but I like the scythe. I really like it. And oh, I'm over 9,000 EXP again, so I can, I mean, I can just say I'm good and done, but I want to finish my EXP ring off. Also, oh, thanks. Now, to be fair, I've been playing FF11 here for about 3 hours, so I was planning on switching our game out in a little bit, like after I finish off my EXP boost over here. I was planning on switching out to some City of Heroes. But for now, I want to burn through that EXP ring. Now, I will say this, if I wasn't playing like a Beastmaster, if I was playing a class that was a little more gear dependent, or a class that was more consumable dependent, I would go through Gil a lot faster, but I generally play on the cheap, and that's intentional. I play nice and cheap and low end. But for a Beastmaster, that works out. Like, Beastmasters can do that. There's a couple of classes that are fairly cheap to play. Or at least cheap to play on a minimum. Like, if I was doing harder content, then yeah, I'd pay out a little more. But I will say, the good thing is, it's not like Final Fantasy XIV, where you will just never spend money on anything, for any reason. That was kind of the issue I had with 14, is at a certain point there wasn't a whole lot that I could do other than try to do things for money, and then you realize, oh, but there's nothing I can do with the money, so what am I doing? That fortunately doesn't happen here. I'll use some of my spells. My MP is good, so might as well. And Dia would help to kind of do a little more damage to the enemies. Also, I like that these enemies are, so 47, that's like, that is 12 levels, right? Yeah, that's like 12 levels lower than me. And they still give really good EXP. They're 12 levels lower than me, but they still give nice EXP. I mean, I have the EXP booster on, but even without it, it would still be decent. And they're fast, they're easy to kill, that's the great thing. God, I love the scythe attacks. I love them. Which I think the whole reason that the EXP is still good on this server is, like, for what I'm fighting. So, my understanding is this server uses, like, a later EXP formula. Like, something that came along a little later in the game's life. And, it doesn't increase the maximum EXP that you can get, but it sort of increases the minimum EXP that you can get. So like, you can kill enemies much lower level, and they'll still give, like, more EXP. Like, they'll give closer to that baseline EXP. Okay, yeah, that's more or less my understanding. Cause I've been looking at it and, like, how it works, and yeah, like, you don't get any more EXP for killing, like, higher level enemies, but I've noticed that the easy enemies, like, they give proper EXP that you can actually level up on. And that's good, because, like, if you're not a Beastmaster, like, if you're not a BST, soloing enemies that are even decent it's hard. And even as a Beastmaster, like, even as a Beastmaster, I don't know, decent enemies, I can kill them, but it's usually not worth my time. What I mean is like, yeah, sure, I can kill decent challenge enemies. I mean, if I'm really pressed on it, I can even fight multiple of them at the same time. But like, the amount of time it takes you to actually kill the enemies is like, in that same amount of time, I probably could have killed like twice as many easy enemies, right? And that would amount to more EXP. But, yeah, I find that when easy enemies give proper EXP, it just makes soloing feel better. Whether you're Beastmaster or not, it feels better, it feels a little more doable. Yeah, like that's what that's why I stick to easy prey enemies. Like as a Beastmaster, I can just mow through them. Like my rabbit can whirl claw multiple easy prey enemies and just kind of take them all out at the same time. It's nice and quick. But even if I wasn't a Beastmaster, I would say most normal classes can still fight low-end easy prey enemies and not, reliably not die, right? So I think that actually getting proper EXP rewards for doing so is that's only a good thing, if you ask me. That's always been one of the struggles with FF11, is as much as I love the game, and I do like partying up, I like the team dynamic, as much as I like all that, soloing was always kind of, that was sort of the weak point. Like, if you want to solo for any reason, it was always really hard to do that, and to do it in any sort of effective manner. In the classic game. So I can appreciate it. That's a change I can appreciate. And I know it's easy to kind of twist that into, well, you just want a single player game, go play retail. That's a common sentiment I've heard, but I think that sort of ignores all of the things that make the classic experience classic. Like, there's a lot that goes into that, and you can change some of that and it'll still feel classic. But I'd say there's not really any one particular thing that makes the classic game feel that way. It's a bunch of things, and some of that you can shuffle around and change and it'll still feel the same. But I think that everyone would like the option to solo and to make EXP and all that on their own if they have to. I think everybody wants that option, right? Like, even back in the day, even back in like 2005, people wished they could solo more, so that they didn't have to, like, so your only option wasn't just to log in and put your party flag up and wait for 5 hours, right? Or go fishing. I think people always appreciated being able to solo if they need to. I mean, hey, I do the whole seeking and fishing thing too. I've done it. I find fishing to be very relaxing in the game, so there are times when I just put my flag up and go fishing. I have those days myself. But it's nice that it isn't the only option. Like back in the day, and especially if you don't like fishing, then I mean, you've got even less options. But back in the day, I played a bard. Bard was my main class back in the day. I never got higher than like 55, so But even in that level range, I remember Bard was a very wanted class, and yet I would have many days where I'd log in, and I'd put my flag up, and I'd sit in Juno for like 3 to 5 hours before I'd get a tell saying, hey, join my party. And by that point, I would have just kind of had the game up and running, and I would have been watching TV or whatever, at the time. I don't think tabbing, like, alt-tabbing out of the game was... I think that would just break it back in the day. Also, that was in the day of single-core processors, so you couldn't really do multiple things at the same time back then. So your option was, like, sit in Juno with your flag up, or fish with your flag up, and then, I don't know, watch TV, or read a book, or play with your Legos. Like, not much choices there, right? And, yeah, that wasn't really fun. Like, when I look back on my fond memories of Final Fantasy XI, back in the day, that's not one of my fond memories. That's one of those repressed memories that you kind of forget about. Like, you push the memory down and you forget about it. But when you really start to think about it, you're like, oh yeah, right. You had to wait like 5 hours for a group, and then you'd just be tired and you'd have to go to sleep. Like, right, that's how it went down. That wasn't the fun part. That was not the fun part of the game. So I can appreciate kind of letting us solo some more. I appreciate it. That said, that doesn't mean that I want like a full party of NPCs or anything. That's not. I don't think that's what anybody that likes to solo wants. But there is a middle ground there. There's a middle ground between trusts and waiting for 5 hours for a party. There's a healthy medium to be had. Like, sorry, I think I've encountered a lot of people that take a very extreme stance on the topic. And it's pretty much either like, it's either full classic with absolutely no modification whatsoever, or it's just trusts and modern day retail, and you might as well go play Final Fantasy XIV. There's some people that take kind of a hardline stance on one or the other. Like, there can be no compromise. Although, I just thought about it. I mean, what about, I wonder, how do they feel about the Adventuring Fellow? Which I never unlocked that. I never got to use it. But I mean, isn't that just like an NPC that you can whip out and, you know, he'll help you like a party member? And that's my understanding of what the Adventuring Fellow was. And apparently it's coming to this server soon, so can't wait for that. I would sort of like to just have my, you know, like have an NPC that I can play dress up with and have him fight things for me. I would sure like that. But I don't think that's the, like, that. I think that kind of falls more into the line of like a pet, right? Rather than full-on trusts or anything like that. Also, this EXP ring is lasting a lot longer than I thought it would. I've made up the EXP that I lost from dying. That's the good thing. I died at like 9,000-ish EXP, and now I'm up over 10,000, so... I've worked off the debt. But I haven't used up my ring yet, and I would like to finish off my ring before I conclude our FF11 session. These things don't aggro. As far as I can tell, the killer mushrooms don't aggro. So I'll just park right here and let my pet rest up a bit. I really wish I could heal him. I really wish healing the pet was an option, but I guess then you wouldn't have a need to use the pet food. Gotta have a use for that pet food. Also, while I'm kind of sitting and waiting, while I'm doing that, I wanted to look up something. So, there was that one scorpion enemy that I killed called Frank. Is that like is that a proper thing, or is that a custom thing, or? I'm figuring that's gotta be like a custom thing. Cause I'm looking it up now and I don't see, I see no Frank when I'm searching up Crawler's Nest. And okay, yeah, I did a proper search. There is no Frank normally. So what the hell is Frank? Like why is there a giant scorpion in the Crawler's Nest named Frank? I'd assume that's a Horizon thing. But I don't get it. I don't get it. Also, I just remembered I can wild carrot. Yeah, look, that's how I can recover my pet's health. Also, since when I'm EXP grinding, that's sort of the time to banter. I really wish that there wasn't a limiter on how many pets you can have out in this game. Like, I really wish there was no limitation, because I know it would be pointless, okay? I know it would be pointless because of sub-job levels, but I feel like it would be so fun. There goes my dedication effect, but I'll kill a few more. I feel like it would be so fun to have like a Beastmaster / Summoner, and to have both your Jug Pet and also, like, I don't know, Carbuncle or whatever, to just have them both out and fighting at the same time. I know it would be worthless, right? Like, because the Summoner Pet would be level capped, you know, at the sub-job level. But I don't know, I feel like that would be very entertaining. At the very least, it would be entertaining. Or, I don't know, to somehow have, like, I guess, the Dragoon Dragon out, and also... Yeah, and also Carbuncle, or more useful would be, like, as a / Beastmaster, to then have, like, to have a Charmed Pet out at the same time. That'd be fun. That would just be fun. But I can see how that would be way too overpowered. Oh yeah, when they have the fellows, I guess, I had wondered about that. Like, does the adventuring fellow count as a pet, or is that like an actual thing you can have? Oh, the wife returns home.
The wife wants to know what you want to order out today, because the wife does not want to go and get groceries.
Alright, so apparently we're ordering food soon.
Not that soon. I had lunch.
Okay, okay. So we got a minute then.
We got more than a minute.
Alright, well, I guess it'll be pizza or some schnitzel burger or something for me. Oh, now the cat's awake too. He was peacefully napping behind me. But okay, we're good for a while. So I was gonna switch games, but I'm gonna kill a few more things here.
Hey, we're good for a while. We don't know what he wants.
I fed him not long ago.
Also, did you feed the lizard food today?
What?
Did you feed the lizard food
Oh, the
today?
bugs. The bugs, yeah.
That is an important question to ask. Yeah, he has a cannonball next to his side, so I don't think he needs food.
He's meowing for food, but he doesn't need food right now.
I didn't say whether he wanted food. I said that I don't think he needs food.
Sorry, we cat interruption. But yeah, the cat, he's either napping peacefully in the corner, or he's up and demanding food.
Bubbles are fine too.
Well, give him a little bit. But oh yeah, because I got a little distracted and sidetracked. But yeah, so the adventuring fellow thing. Since I never got to play with that, like, yeah. So does that count kind of like a party member, or is it more like a pet? So can you have the fellow out and like the Beastmaster pet out at the same time? If so, like if you can have both the Beastmaster pet and the fellow out, that feels like it might be getting into overpowered territory in certain circumstances. Oh, the cat. I got tail whipped.
The cat decides he wants cuddles now. You know how they desk cat.
Yeah. He's just parked himself on the desk. He's like a little attention sponge. Oh, just soaking it all up.
Careful, if he cuddles the microphone, that will be uncomfortable for viewers.
Oh yeah. That'd be a terrible sound. He is nudging the microphone, so you might be getting bumped around a little bit. Oh, he's kneading at my lap. Oh. He's settling in right on my lap. Oh.
Yeah, that is what cats tend to go.
And he's got needle claws. Alright. Silver. Okay, there he goes.
Yeah, because he thought I had food. I do not, in fact, have food for him.
He's really good at making a nice distraction like that. Oh. I think a few hours ago now. Alright, just had to confirm I hadn't fed the other cat in a while. Okay, the cat food's run dry upstairs, so, oh boy. Okay, well, I'm actively... Let's finish this thing off, and then I'll go bring some food upstairs. Some cat food. Oh, timing. Alright. Okay, it's down. Okay, these things don't aggro, so I can just sit here. So give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. The cat upstairs requires food, and there is none. So, all right. 1 sec. BRB. BRB. Don't panic. Alright, I'm back. Cats fed. Cats have been refueled. So alright, we're good. Let's see. Oh god. He just jumped right up onto the table. And I'm pretty sure he like meowed right into the mic too. He's being very needy right now. Oh, adorable silver cat. Alright. But he's not getting, as adorable as he's being, he's not getting food right now. Nope. He's really he's trying to work the charm right now. Okay, well, he's settled into my lap. Oh, no, he hasn't. He's being aggressively adorable. He's trying to bribe me. But we'll have none of that. Okay. So, what's my EXP at? I'm gonna go to 11,000, alright? We'll make it a nice even 11,000. If the cat will stop dashing in front of my keyboard. Okay, he's gone back to his chair. Cats are great, but they can be great little distractions. Okay, so yeah, we'll fight till a nice even 11,000, and I think that'll be a good place to leave the FF11 off for now. And we don't have super long, but I guess for the tail end of the stream, we'll check out some City of Heroes. So if you're down for that, stick around. But otherwise, if you're only interested in the FF11 stuff, I'll be back at that again tomorrow. It's Final Fantasy XI has kind of become my nice, chill, relaxation activity. So I tend to do it every time I stream, except on the weekends. But I do like to play other things too. So we switch tracks kind of midstream a lot. But I want my 11,000 XP. Oh no! Enemy Pokemon Master. Someone else had the same idea to come here and farm shrooms. Damn. Oh look, he's a little baby Beastmaster. Oh look, he's got like a little toothpick axe. Oh, it's adorable. The rabbit is bigger than he is. So I guess I'll have to go to a different room then, right? I mean, my EXP boost is off, so I mean, really, I kill whatever, right? It's all the same to me. But I was kind of hoping I could get like a full stack of dance shrooms. Like, I don't know about the sleep shrooms, but I have almost a full stack of woozy shroom, and I have almost a full stack of dance shrooms too. So I was trying to finish off my stacks there so I could sell them on the auction house. So if possible, I'd like to stick to this room, if possible. Also, I think if I'm gonna be like EXPing in the Crawler's Nest, I think if I'm gonna be doing that and not going after the treasure chests that are deeper in, I think I should probably, when I go back to town to sell off my stock, I should probably switch my sub-job back to /thief. That way I could actually, I could actually properly farm these mushrooms and things. As a /white mage, I mean, you know, the common items are still common. I still get drops. It's not like you don't get any loot at all if you're not if you don't have Thief in there. But I do notice that I am getting less loot. I'm much less lucky on my drops. And I don't know, like, it feels good to get constant drops, right? It feels good. I know that's a little bit of the loot pinata effect, right? Like maybe modern games have kind of conditioned me on loot. I don't know. What's my pet doing all the way over there? Like what? Did it get stuck? Like what happened? I don't understand why my pet was standing all the way over there and like he lost a Whirl Claws. What happened? I have no idea why he kind of just froze up. Wasn't that it wasn't that the day rolled over, so I don't know what got him. But this enemy should get me up to 11k. That's good. We end on 69 EXP. Nice. So yeah, okay, I'm up over 11,000. I only have 6,000 left to go, like 6,600 to go till I level up. 60 is kind of my goal for now. I can't level any higher than that. And then things are gonna get not fun again. So once I hit 60 and I get some safety EXP, so I don't de-level, so I need to do my rank 5 mission, and I need to do my, well, yeah, I need to do my limit break 3. I think the rank 5 mission is soloable. I think that's soloable, I'm not sure. But the rank 3, or the limit break 3, I'm pretty sure that one isn't something I can solo. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna need help for that. Not necessarily because of any fighting, but because my understanding is that you have to physically have multiple people to manipulate parts of the levels, right? Like that's my understanding of it, what I looked at. So I'm not really looking forward to begging someone to flip a lever or whatever for me. I'm not really looking forward to that. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. And I guess other than kind of ranking up and unlocking that limit break, the other things I need to do when I hit level 60, I would actually like to go back and level up Thief. Like, I'd like to level grind Thief up to 37. So far, I have Ninja and White Mage that I have them up to 37. I can reliably use them as sub-jobs all the way to the end. And those are good choices, but I'd say the thing is, in normal content where like it's not too hard, there's no gimmick I need to play around with. Like for just normal ass farming or level grinding, Thief is my go-to sub job. It's just what I use. Because I like more, you know, more gil, more loot drops. I like that. But Thief only being at level 20 is a bit of a hindrance. I'm not getting as much stat bonuses as I should be getting, and there's additional just abilities that I can get out of Thief, like Flee would actually be very nice. I think on Horizon, Thief gets triple attack at level 30, right? Which I would have that as a 60 Beastmaster / Thief. So I would just sort of like to level Thief up to kind of round out my sub-jobs. I'm trying to think what else I want to get done. Well, I want to unlock more advanced jobs. I'd like to eventually just unlock them all. just have them all ready to use. I might not necessarily actually use them, but it'd be nice to have them kind of prepared. But I guess when I hit 60, that'll just be kind of my time to catch up on things for my character, you know? I did the same thing when I hit level 50. Like, when I hit 50, I stayed 50 for a very long time, just so that I could flesh out my character, you know, level some things up, and, you know, do some rank missions, all that. I took that as sort of a catch-up time. 55, I paused for a little bit at 55, but I didn't pause as long as 50. I think like every 10 levels is that's my big catch-up time, is every 10 levels. But yeah, it's that time again. Anyway, I'd say for Final Fantasy XI, for today, we're good. Wasn't too eventful, just a little grind. Finding a treasure chest, getting murdered, you know, just the usual. But for today, I think that's a good session. I'll probably do a little more on my own before the next stream, because I would, again, like to hit 60 and do some other things. But yeah, for today, that's good. We'll leave it here.